Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here, welcoming you to another one of those weekly trophy list updates. Today's date is Monday, January 16th, 2023. I finally got the date right. So this will have covered the week of January 9th through the 15th of 2023. This was not a very productive week really at all because, to be fair, I've been spending a whole bunch of time playing good old No Man's Sky. Just because I needed a little break from the rapid-fire, easy, quick platinum trophies. Wanted to do something a little bit different. Been having actually a lot of fun playing this. It's actually pretty addicting now that the game is a lot better than it was. As for the platinum trophy, though, I could actually give a little bit more of, I guess, a little bit more intelligent, analysis of where things are right now. So, space exploration is just, a lot of warping, and it's either warping or it's going to new systems. I think it's warping, which is not difficult, it just takes quite a while to do with the amount of warp cells you're going to need to get enough for this. I think that was my last trophy on the original PS4 version of the game. The planet zoology is definitely tricky just because... Now, I don't think it's as bad as it once was because you don't have to scan every single thing on the planet. You just have to scan all of the animals on the planet to get progress toward this. And some planets only have, one or two life forms. Some of them have, 5 to 10 different animals. So I don't think it's as hard as it could have been. Units accrued is pretty easy. Just go and, sell stuff that you find. You're going to get that one pretty naturally, probably pretty early on. Words collected is just learning new words by talking to tons of aliens and going to monoliths. That's not difficult at all. Alien colonist encounters is also not difficult at all. You can kind of work on both of these together. This one's just, though, for talking to aliens and having conversations with them. So none of that's really all that difficult. Legend status and ships destroyed. That's just destroying enemy pirates, like space pirates. It's probably easier now that there's a lot more stuff going on in space than there used to be. So it's probably not too difficult to do. I haven't destroyed that many, though. I haven't been attacked that many times yet. I'm sure it'll happen more. On-foot exploration is pretty much unmissable. Just wandering around, you're going to get this one no problem. And then the extreme survival, it actually seems to spawn you on an extreme survival planet now, or at least it did to me on even a normal difficulty playthrough. But now that you can just build a base and everything, I don't think it would be all that hard. I haven't died yet in the game. So I assume this one is probably a lot easier now, just with the more ability to build stuff and store supplies and everything. I'm sure it's a lot easier now than it once was. But yeah, I've just been playing that game for fun, just trying to do something a little bit more casual on weeknights and stuff when I don't want to just go play random terrible shovelware games. But throughout the weekend, I worked very, very heavily on Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PS4 with a few other people. So, of course, the Platinum Trophy has been done for 4 years now. We're not going to go through this whole list right now. Well, actually, you know what? We might as well. Otherwise, this video is only going to be 8 minutes long, probably. So you have a story-related trophy. I think that everything through there is just story-related. These are also story-related, but I think that they are all part of, the heists. So pretty much everything through here, I believe, is story-related. Then you have the 70 gold medals, which is a pretty time-consuming process because it means that you have to accomplish all the different specific goals within missions. But there's over 100 missions, so you can miss quite a few. And this is actually easier than the equivalent trophy in Red Dead 2, because even at release, with this one, you could go back and do the mission, or you could do the objectives over the course of multiple playthroughs. You didn't have to do them all in a single run like you initially did in Red Dead 2. Also with Red Dead 2, you couldn't bring your equipment in the early days, whereas in this one, it's not a problem. So it's easier in this game than it is in Red Dead 2, in my opinion. 100% game completion is just, do everything in the game. There's a lot to do in the game, but there's an in-game checklist to make things a little bit easier. This one, I don't really remember what that one was for. I think it was for locating stuff in each area, probably. Purchase a cab company and complete a single fare. That's easier than how they used to be. The airfield and win the arms race, that's like a side mission type of thing. Get a gold medal in each type of hobby and pastime, including the different sports. I remember there might have been a couple of sports or events that were a little bit trickier. Then you have a collectible trophy, I think, and then another collectible trophy. So those are just collectible trophies. They're pretty self-explanatory. Look at a guide, you'll find all the collectibles that way. Rampages are like the Trevor missions where you just go and kill a bunch of people quickly. I mean, that's kind of qualifies as everything in GTA. Stunt jumps, there's quite a few of them. I don't remember how many there are. I want to say it's like 50 or so, but there are quite a few that you have to do, and you have to land them. The Path to Enlightenment or not, like some of these trophies are missable, and I think that this one might be one of the missable ones. This is like Michael's set of side quests you have to do, from what I remember, with the, not, I want to call them Golden Path, but that's not who they are. It's like a cult or something. This was the last trophy I got for the Platinum back in 2018. It's just survive 3 minutes with a 3-star wanted level with all 3 characters. For this one, you do have to pick ending C, where you don't fight any of your former teammates. I don't want to spoil any more on it, though. This one, I think you just have to get eaten by a shark. This one, I think you just have to, like, drive someone to the cultists and hand them over to them. Spend all the money. This is super easy if you manipulate the stock market to become a billionaire on each character by the end of it. Fully mod a weapon, just, buy all the attachments for a weapon. Deliver a bail bond target's pretty simple. Modding a vehicle's easy. The under the bridge and knife flights, there's like another 15 plus of these. But then we're more interested in the online, because that's the only thing we're playing right now. So you have an unmissable trophy for starting the online. You have to reach rank 100, which is very grindy and time consuming. I'm only like a level 122 or 123 right now. You have to win all competitive game types, which is a little bit tricky to do unless you're, it's going to be tricky unless you're boosting it. If you're boosting it, you're not going to have a problem. Same with custom vehicles to win 5 races. Easily boosted if you don't get this one naturally. All 10 waves of a survival. You do need a decent group of players to be able to do this successfully, as it can be a little bit tricky to survive that many waves, but it's nothing too bad. This is another trophy you're going to have to boost. There's no way you're going to be able to get into like rally races these days. I don't think anyone ever plays them. Survive with a bounty on your head. This one can very easily be done in like a friends only lobby and boosted, but you can also get it in public lobbies as well, which is, I don't know if I got in the public lobby or not. This was the trophy that was for a long time that became unobtainable on the PS3 version before they shut the servers down. This one, you have to win a gang attack without dying and killing at least 10 enemies, so this one can be done solo, but if you can do it in co-op, it's going to be a little bit easier. Platinum awards are just things you get over time by playing through the game. Nothing too difficult there. Some of them are kind of grindy, some of them are rather easy. Hold up all 20 stores, that's pretty self-explanatory. Rob the 20 stores throughout the world. This one I think there's like a certain checklist for this one that makes it fairly easy. Basically just participate in each potential activity in the game at least once. Complete a job as a member of a crew, that's pretty simple. Kill a thief that mugs you. You'll sometimes just get randomly mugged by people, so just run up and, shoot him afterward. Or I think maybe people can call them in on you as well. The backup helicopter is a Merryweather thing. Then the apartment, garage, and insured vehicle. This is going to be one of the first trophies you get. You're supposed to do this pretty early on, though apartments can be kind of expensive. And then play in first-person mode for 15 hours. That can be across the multiplayer and single-player. Or actually, no, I don't know if it can be across the multiplayer, but I did it in the single-player anyway. So, more importantly, we want to talk about the DLCs. Specifically the Heist DLC, because this is where I made most of my progress on this week. So, completed a Heist setup mission. I did that, long time ago, back in 2016. Then I didn't actually finish a heist except for the Fleesa job, or whatever it's called, the Flecka Fleesa job. It's the initial one that's only 2 players. It's only like 3 total missions. Did that one years ago, but then I didn't actually complete any of the real heists until 2018 here, when I completed the Prison Break. The Prison Break is relatively easy overall, because it's only like 4 setup missions, and then the finale, where with the finale, as long as your ground crew can, I would say everyone has to do their part pretty well, because I found a good group to play everything with. We've been playing pretty consistently. That's how I made enough progress on it this week. But with this first true heist at the very end, you have like 2 people are on the ground that have to get the high-value target out of the prison. Then you have to have another player that knows what they're doing with a helicopter to shoot down other helicopters and provide other air support. And then you also have to have a competent pilot that can fly a very slow, poor maneuvering plane in such a way that it doesn't get shot down by a fighter jet, as well as land it quickly and take it off quickly. I was actually the pilot for the group through all the heists so far. But yeah, that's how that heist works. It's not that hard. I've now run through it several times. Like, we had to run through it a couple of times for the other people in the group. You have to invest your hard-earned cash to set up a heist, which is very similar to this trophy, except for this one you have to be the one that actually sets it up. But, like, they're all like 25,000 or something to set up, so nothing too terrible. This one can only be done on the 4-player heists. So for this one, you have to be doing one of the 4-player heists, so you can't do Fleece a Job or whatever it's called. And you just have to set the finale as a 25% across everyone. So I did this back when I did the prison break heist for the first time. But you may have to boost this one or just have a good group to play this one with, just because people might not want to stay if they don't think they're getting enough money. You have to spend a total of $8 million purchasing vehicles from the heist update. What you can do with this one is you can buy a vehicle. I want to say it's the Kuruma, but I could be wrong on that. You have to buy a vehicle from the Heist DLC, then go sell it and get some money back. You won't get all your money back, but you'll get some back. But the money that you spent initially does count toward it. So you only need about like 5-ish million, I think, instead of 8 million, which makes this definitely a lot easier. A heist finale without taking any damage, you can easily do this in that Fleece a Job. It's by far the best place to get it on. Or if you're the pilot on the prison break, you might be able to get it. And then I did earn this trophy, earn 25 platinum medals across heist setups and finales. We swear we think that this one is just random sometimes, because there have been some missions where I was the one that died in it and then didn't get a whole lot of kills, but maybe drove a vehicle and would get the platinum medal, whereas other times people would just play it flawlessly and, you know, not die and get tons of kills and make tons of progress and still not get the platinum medal. Someone else gets it. I honestly don't know. I think that there's some degree of randomness to it, but if you're doing all of the heists with the same group, chances are most of your group will have made a good bit of progress toward this, especially if you're also doing the Doomsday Heist. If you're doing that as well, and then especially if you also wanted to throw in like Cayo Perico and the Diamond Casino, you would easily have everyone probably get this naturally. But to boost it, the easiest thing to do is just to replay that initial 2-player job that's real short and just play those 3 missions, and chances are you'll get at least 1, probably 2 of the 3 platinum medals if you know what you're doing. Now back to the actual heists we completed. We have now actually finished 4 out of the 5, so Prison Break is done, of course, and then Humane Labs and Series A funding. Humane Labs isn't too difficult except for the stealth mission, because GTA 5 is not a stealth game, so that one took us several tries, but we did get through it, you know, after a few tries. And the finale for that one was actually relatively easy. I think we got through that one without dying once. We didn't complete any elite challenges or anything, though. Series A funding gave us more trouble than was expected. Like, we struggled on Saturday night with the trash pickup mission, but I think that was more just because by that point we'd been playing for like 8 hours straight and we're getting kind of tired because we finished it first try on Sunday. But I think there was a later part of this that gave us trouble. Like, there was a stealth section that gave us some trouble, and there was maybe like one other part of this that gave us some problems. Maybe it was the finale. I want to say, was it the finale? I can't remember if it was the finale or if it was something else. No, I don't think it was the finale. I don't think we struggled too much with that, did we? I don't know. It all kind of blurs together because the missions do have a number of similarities to one another. And right now, all that's left for us to finish is the, if that'll all load, the Pacific Standard job. We've only finished either, I think, 3 of the 5 setup missions. This one's been causing us some problems. Like, the first 2 setup missions were really, really annoying. Like, one of them was just buggy was the problem. Like, it was just the game was being really buggy. It's the one where you have to go out to the island, rescue the conspiracy theorist guy, and then bring him to a safe point. But you have a really limited amount of time and you get attacked by a bunch of cops. there were no cops around at certain points, and yet we couldn't shake the wanted level, like it wouldn't go away, and it was just weird. But we have, I think, 2 more setups and just the finale left of this heist. Now, we're most likely not going to be able to play this until the weekend, because we've got at least one guy in the group is from the UK, so he's in a different time zone from us, and I get on later than those guys. So yeah, we probably won't be able to play until the weekend, but we will easily knock this trophy out and the rest of this DLC out this coming week. I have no doubt that we'll do that unless something goes catastrophically wrong or no one can get online. Rockstar Editor, I don't even remember anything about this DLC. I do remember that it was mostly single-player stuff, and it was really quite easy overall. I knocked out all the trophies within, like, within maybe 2 days, so it was super, super easy. There was only one online trophy. Was it? No, it wasn't that one. Where is it? There's an online trophy here. Okay, here it is. You had to enter director mode using any of your GTA Online characters, but that's really easy. Now for the Doomsday Heist. This is the big bad of the game. So I did kill another player with an orbital cannon. I went ahead and purchased the orbital cannon and just killed one of my group members, and we're all going to do that for one another once everyone has this unlocked. I don't think any of them have as much money as I do, because I did a lot of those promotional things that gave me a lot of free money. So a majority of the Doomsday Heist trophies are fairly easy. Setting it up is fine, it's just really expensive. You just have to complete acts 1, 2, and 3 are these trophies. Now, each act is the length of, like, a normal heist already. So it is pretty time-consuming to knock this all out, but I will get all of these trophies just by beating it. And then each of them just has to set it up at some point, but they don't actually have to, like, play through it. But if we ever decide to go for the last few trophies, it would make sense that each player sets it up once so that we don't all waste all of our money being the only one that sets it up. Of course, the 2 brutal trophies, which would be 2 of the hardest trophies I've ever earned, if I can do them, would be the 3 Elite challenges and the Criminal Mastermind challenges. The Elite challenges only relate to the finale, and I don't even think you have to do them on hard difficulty. I think it's just like you have to beat each finale in a certain amount of time without dying and accomplishing like 1 or 2 other optional objectives. So it's a little bit more reasonable than the Criminal Mastermind challenges, but the trophy's still like a 0.6% on PSN profiles at this point in time, which would actually make it my rarest trophy ever, which is crazy to think of. And it's not even the hardest one in the game. That belongs to this piece of you-know-what right here. Criminal Mastermind is you have to finish the heist. You have to finish each act of the heist in order from start to finish, and there's like 20-something total missions with the setups and the finales. You have to finish the entirety of the Doomsday Heist, all 3 acts, in the correct order, with the same group of players, on hard difficulty, without anyone dying once. Yeah. Now, there are sort of an exploit way to kind of get out of it if things go wrong. Like, you can dashboard and like quit out and it won't reset your progress necessarily, but I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do this. Like, that is just so much time. Oh, and guess what? The 3 Criminal Mastermind challenges, it doesn't mean, 1 for each act the way that the Elite challenges are. No, you have to beat the entire Doomsday Heist 3 times. Once with 2 players, once with 3 players, and once with 4 players, following all of those previous rules. This trophy is a sub 0.0 or 0.5% on PSN profiles, and I don't see it getting that much more common over time. Maybe a little bit more. So I could see us potentially doing the Elite challenges, or I could at least see myself doing the Elite challenges at some point with a good enough group. I could see that one happening because it only relates to the finales, but I just don't know about the Criminal Mastermind challenges. I've discussed that before. I honestly just don't know if I'm going to have the time, the effort, the patience to do that, because I can't imagine, wasting 20 hours and then having your progress wiped because of something stupid. Because it's GTA, it's a stupidly broken game sometimes. It does really stupid stuff sometimes. And I'm not looking forward to the idea of stuff like that going wrong. Wow, I managed to drag this out quite a ways, I guess because I talked about the whole base game stuff. Because we haven't seen GTA 5 on here since 2018. We haven't seen this on here since probably like one of the trophy milestone type of series is from the past whenever I talked about, 200 through 300 or something like that. So with that, level 816, 9%, 25,141 total trophies, 691 platinums, 4,492 golds, 6,645 silvers, 13,313 bronzes. Plans for the upcoming week. So the main plans for this week are at the end of the week at least. So during the weekends moving forward, we will be working on GTA 5. This coming weekend, unless something goes catastrophically wrong, we will easily knock out the remainder of the first DLC. And then we will be able to get started on the Doomsday Heist. I don't know if we'll get through the entire Doomsday Heist this coming weekend, or if that'll have to go over into the next weekend. We'll have to see. But with any luck, we could knock out all of that and then only have the Elite and Criminal Mastermind left. I don't know if the guys in the group are fully keen on even attempting those trophies. I may need to find another group for those that is like really determined to do it, because I'm not sure if they really want to do it, if they really want to bother with all of it. But I'll see with them. We'll figure it out. So yeah, GTA 5 is of course the main priority for the rest of January, and it could very well be done with everything except those last two trophies by the end of the month, or even by the end of this week. It should be done with all but those last two trophies by the end of the month easily. Division 2, if I feel like having the time to start it. I don't think that Ghost or Killer are going to end up joining for that, so I just have to find a group for the online trophies. Most of the trophies that are online based in that game are fairly easy and can be boosted. A couple of them require 4 people, I believe. So I'm not horribly worried about that if I do decide to do it. I know I've pushed it back for a while. February, Outer Worlds and Dead Island Riptide. March and beyond, COD Classic, Shadow of the Colossus, and a few other old random games, as I have discussed many, many times. A few of those I really just need to go ahead and knock out because they're fairly short. Like Master Reboot, I purchased on the PS3 at some point for like $2, and like some visual novel game on there that's like 2 hours. Master Reboot's like 4 hours. The Raven on PS4 is only like 5 hours or 6 hours. Escape Dead Island, I don't know about that one because I've heard that game is really bad and actually like really difficult. The Saboteur, definitely want to play that. I think I'm actually going to really like that game because it's made by the guys that made Mercenaries 2. So hopefully it's good. But yeah, that's the current plans. As for DLC, of course we have the Horizon PS5 DLC coming out in April. But as far as I know, that's the only official DLC that's going to go up for any of these games. Because Minecraft, again, it's already been like 7 months now, and we haven't gotten another Minecraft DLC, so they might even be slowing down. I guarantee we're going to get another one at some point, but I don't know when it's going to be. They seem to have slowed it down some more, which I guess is good for us trophy hunters. And then, hopefully, someday, LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga level packs. I just honestly don't think it's going to happen. I think they've probably moved on to work on a new game by now. So, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. For schedule this week, I really want to try to stream on a couple of weeknights since I'm probably not going to be working on any major games during this week except for on the weekend. So I'd really like to try to get close to finishing the Fallout 3 all trophy run so I can consider starting up another one and making a video out of the Fallout 3 one. I also really want to stream out here good old Terminator Resistance Enhanced Edition because I assume that game's going to be a lot of fun because actually the PS4 version was pretty fun. Maybe I would even do a stream of No Man's Sky just casually playing. I don't know if I really want to do that or if you guys would enjoy that enough for it to be worthwhile. But we'll figure things out. But yeah, I would like to try to stream a couple of times during the week. There won't be a stream on Saturday because we'll be working on GTA 5. There should be a stream on Friday that would be probably Fallout 3, but nothing on Saturday because, again, we're going to be busy with our game here. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys back here later this week for more content.